Now, politicians from across the divide, including NDC flag bearer John Dramani Mahama, have thronged the central region town of Mankessim for the one-week observation of the death of the Mfantseman MP, Eko Kwansa Hayford. The MPP MP was shot dead by assailants at the Abiaze Dominase Mankessim Road on his return from a campaign trip at 1 a.m. Friday morning by suspected armed highway robbers. Now, the Inspector General of Police, James Opongbuenu, has placed a 20,000 cedi bounty on the killers of the late MP. Vice President Dr. Baumia is expected to attend the ceremony, but a while ago, Gender and Social Protection Minister Cynthia Morrison, as well as National Youth Organizer of the MPP, Samuel Ku, spoke to Central Regional Correspondent Richard Kojonyako.
It's the one-week observance of the passing of Kwansa Hayford, the MP from Mfantseman. The one-week observance is being held at the Mankessim Park. Hundreds of people have gathered here to mourn with the departed MP. There are so many of the government functionaries here. The Vice President has led government delegations to observe with them and to mourn with them. Here are party people that have also gathered, National Party executives, regional party executives, and we are told that the former President, John Dramani Mahama, will also be here to mourn with the family of the late MP. I've got some of the people here to speak with.
He represents all these people that you see here. And when you go to town, even those who are not in mourning clothes will tell you how he affected them one way or the other. So for somebody representing a constituency to be taken away like that is a blow. Every human being's life matters. But because of this particular peculiar situation, that is why we classified as that. It is painful. All of us will die one day. That is what I say. How we are going to die is the issue. So whoever took Eko's life should know that he can also be called one day. So it is not necessary. Even if you don't like somebody, it is not about taking a life. Even with animals, we have a way. If you are not going to use a goat or a cow for food, do you just shoot the cow or the goat and dispose of the body? No.
It's unconscionable. It beats my imagination as a young man and as a young politician. I'm saying this because it can happen to anybody. In the line of duty, you are campaigning for your seat. This man was simply a very harmless man. You hardly hear him dabble in controversy. You are from this region. You are in this region. You've been covering for multimedia for years. I'm not sure he's one of the MPs that you will say always makes the news, either for the bad reason or for controversial reason. And I'm just shattered. We've lost someone who was one bright spot, someone that definitely was going places. And my deepest condolences. And we ask that the good Lord should help these investigators, the BNI, the CID, the National Security, the Ghana Police Service, to get to the bottom of this matter and then get the perpetrators. And may these perpetrators also know no peace. Just as they've dealt with our brother, may the good Lord also deal with them through the same medium. Coming here, you see the poster of the man going for MP 2020, and you see his obituary on the other side. It's the saddest thing that can happen to any politician, any family. Because every day you see the poster of your husband, of your father, of your kinsman. This is definitely a scar on the conscience for people. People motivated by hate. Because if you listen to the eyewitness account and there's anything to go by, once they said, oh, he's an MP, so oh, you politicians, people motivated by hate and all those inciting people to against politicians.
How can we rewrite this? Because it seems to be the narrative out there.
I'm not saying politicians are saints. I'm not saying we get everything right. But it's a cooperation. We are in this together. It cannot be that people set an agenda. That means there's more of cleansing. Someone got to do the job. That is why someone also chose to be a teacher. Someone chose to also be a health professional. Someone decided to risk his public life, his private life, his personal security, put the security of his family members on the line to also be a politician. Being in public service is also service to the people.
The Vice President is coming today for the 1 week. It shows how we have been affected painfully by this tragedy. But the party has risen to the occasion by immediately replacing him with a wife as a candidate, so that we could go into the elections without having lost a seat. We know that and believe that the wife would take the seat for us as Eko would have taken it.
I think that the wife has the capability to do that because she is still mourning. Will she gather the strength to undertake such a difficult campaign when, I mean, you know, campaigns that are in Ghana?
It is, but we believe the lady is up to the task. We honestly believe that she will be up to the task. She's been in the background supporting the husband, going around with him, and she knows what campaigning involves. And she's got only 1.5 months to campaign. But I believe the party network would support her to win the seat.
It was a shock, not expected by any stretch of imagination. Eko was a very decent person, very measured and very respectful. And I think that he's the kind of model MP that those who are, the young ones who are aspiring to come into politics must be looking up to.
Now let's go over to our man on the ground, Richard Kojo-Nyako, to tell us more on current happenings at the 1 week observation. Richard, bring us up to speed on what's happening right now.
Well, so the ceremony has ended. The family of the late Kwanzaa Hayford, the family members have announced the date for the burial, and then the final funeral rites is being scheduled for the 28th of November. And so that is what the family has said. There have been a lot of people that have come here who graced the occasion, apart from the government delegation that came, led by the Vice President of the Republic. The MPP as a party also had a strong delegation led by the General Secretary, John Bwedu. In fact, John Bwedu spoke on behalf of government and then on behalf of the governing New Patriotic Party. They said that whether it was an armed robbery, the normal armed robbery we know, or whether there were some sinister motives behind the death of Kwanzaa Hayford, they would empower the police to get to the bottom of the matter. We are hearing that 2 persons have been picked up, and a short while ago, the Central Regional Police Secretariat issued a release, and they said that the docket of this very case has been transferred to the police headquarters in Accra. And so it tells you how swift the police have been on this matter. We were expecting the former President John Dramani Mahama to be here, but when the ceremony closed, he couldn't make it here. So that is what has been happening here. There were also chants of they needed the wife of Kwanzaa Hayford to take his place. In fact, these were unanimous and they resonated at the ceremonial grounds here. And so that is what the people here, it seems they are calling for, and they need the woman to stand in the stead of the husband.
Now, Kojo, this is somewhat controversial, but there are reports making the rounds that the late MP had a second wife, and she surfaced at this ceremony to commemorate 1 week since his passing. What can you tell us about that?
Well, Araba, I am yet to set my eyes on this second wife, but I'm told that it's common knowledge here at Mankessim that indeed the late Kansa Hayford had 2 wives and had 2 children with each of them. The one, Tapa, that we are currently talking about is a nurse and has 2 children and married the late Kansa Hayford under our customary laws. And so her marriage is known to the family here at Mankessim. And we also know of Ophelia Hayford, who has been mentioned by the NPP to be the successor of the husband, to stand in the stead of the party, to be the candidate of the new patriotic party in the Mfantseman constituency.
So that's our Central Regional Correspondent, Richard Kojo Nyako there. And as he said, the police have picked up 2 people. That case has been forwarded to the headquarters here in Accra for further prosecution.